Hey, welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know, my name is Jill, and one thing about me is that I absolutely love TV. I watch way too much of it, but because of that, I have a lot of good show recommendations, and there have been a lot of new shows coming out in the past month. So because of that, I wanted to share the shows that I have been loving recently, whether they were released recently or whether they were released in the past few months. There has been a lot of good TV out there, so these are the ones that I recommend. Number one, Silo on Apple TV. And I know this is not a typical like girly pop show, but if you loved The Hunger Games or any sort of dystopian type of movie or book, Silo is perfect for you. This is something that my husband actually started watching, and I was like on the couch reading my book, and I like slyly started watching an episode with him, being like, oh, like I'm not really paying attention, and then I ended up watching the entire thing with him. It hooked me on the very first episode. It is basically about a dystopian United States of America in the future where the air outside is toxic. So the US moved all the survivors into this silo, and it is now like 200 years after all that stuff happened, and there's a whole community living in this silo, and it just follows just your typical like dystopian storyline that you would expect, and it is great. There are 2 seasons out right now. It is still airing. I think the 3rd season is coming out this summer or this fall, and it is worth every single second of watching it. Like, if you don't have an Apple TV subscription, get a free trial or watch it. I binged this show in, I think, like a week. Like, every night I would come home from work and I would tell my husband, be like, sit down, we need to watch Silo, and we would just binge it. And it was so good. It is based off of the Silo book series. I think it's a trilogy or 4 books in it. I didn't read it, my husband read it, and he absolutely loved the book series as well. So if you want to just like get the whole story done without waiting for the next season to come out, you can definitely just read the books. It came out a long time ago. So Silo is one that I would give like 10 stars. It is just the best. Okay, the second one is definitely not unexpected. It is Bridgerton. Season 4 just came out. This show is kind of an anthology about siblings in, I think, like 1700s England, they're an aristocratic family, and every season focuses on a different sibling's love story. So they just released season 4, which is Benedict, who I think is the second oldest brother. This is his love story, and it starts off kind of like a Cinderella kind of thing where he meets a girl at a masquerade ball and they fall in love, and then he goes to find her and he doesn't know who she is, and all he has left, I think, is like her glove or something. But this show is so good. I am obsessed with this show. I will say season 3 was kind of a dud. It was too many storylines going on and they couldn't really focus on the main ones. But season 2 and season 4 are amazing. If you want to get into it, I recommend just starting from the beginning, season 1. But if you want like to watch the really good seasons, which you can watch it out of order because it's not like a difficult show to understand, and because it kind of is an anthology focusing on each of the different siblings, I recommend starting with season 2. If not season 2, season 4. You just need to kind of get past season 3 if you're trying to watch it, and if that turned you off from it, just continue watching straight to season 4. It is chef's kiss, so good. Number 3 is Royale. This show is also an Apple TV series, and there are 2 seasons as well. They just came out with the 2nd season a couple months ago, and this is a show that my husband and I started watching when it came out a couple years ago, and it is just a really fun, quirky show. It's based off a book. I think the book is called Mr. and Mrs. American Pie. It stars Kristen Wiig, Ricky Martin's in it, which is really fun. It takes place in 1960s high society Palm Beach with this woman played by Kristen Bell, who is trying to weasel her way into the high society of Palm Beach back then. And the outfits are really fun. It's an Emmy-winning show. It is really funny. It's like a comedy drama, so like a dramedy, but it's really quirky. And season 1 is really fun, but when you get to season 2, you realize that season 1 was just setting up for the craziness of season 2. Like, there's a lot of weird, wild things that happens in the show, but you just accept it because that's the nature of the show. It's so fun. I think it's really underrated. Not a lot of people talk about it, and because it is becoming spring season, it is a great show to watch to get into the vibe of like the warmer weather that's coming. So Royale, I 10 out of 10 recommend. If you haven't watched it yet, watch it with that month-long Apple TV subscription along with Silo, because they're very different, but they are really good. It is fantastic and hilarious. The next one, my husband and I binged this show in literally one night. It is a mini series called His and Hers on Netflix, and we watched this, I think there's 8 episodes, and we literally watched it all in one go. It is a murder mystery thriller. It starts off with a murder in this small town in Georgia, and this divorced couple, one is a detective who's investigating the murder, and another is a news reporter who's reporting on the investigation and on the murder that happened in their small town. And so the dynamic of the show is crazy. Every episode you think the murderer is a different character. Like by the end of the show, I think my husband and I both accuse every single character at one point of being the murderer. It is great. You can watch it in one go. It goes by really fast. It's not dedicated show you need to sit down for days and days to watch. It is a mini series, so it is over by the 8th episode, so you get the whole story in one go. I recommend this if you love murder mysteries and thrillers. It's not that scary, which is good because I don't really like scary things, but it is really, really good. I would not be surprised at all if it won Emmys at all for this next award season. I think we're on number 5. The next one is St. Denis Medical. So this has been out for a couple years. I think it's also on its 2nd season. This is on Peacock. It is a office type of comedy series. It's 30-minute episodes, and I love they follow the typical like TV show schedule where you get about 20-ish episodes per season. And it's set in a hospital, St. Denis Medical Hospital, in a small town in America. And each of the characters are quirky, and there's a little side love story going on. And this show is really funny and enjoyable, and it's just a lighthearted break from your everyday life to watch. It comes out every Tuesday, I think, on Peacock. My sister and I absolutely love this show. It is like The Office, but it's not copying The Office, if that makes sense. I feel like there's some comedies out there that try to replicate The Office, and because of that, you're like, oh, this is just like a fake wannabe Office kind of show. But this is not it. It's its own thing. Each character is quirky and funny, but relatable in their own sense, and I really, really enjoy the show. It has genuinely made me laugh out loud a lot, most episodes that I've seen. So if you don't have Peacock, I recommend, again, getting it for a month and just watching St. Denis Medical. It really has its own footing. It started off strong, and it just continues to be a strong show. And the last one, this just came out, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which I know is kind of like trash TV, but sometimes you just need some trash TV to watch and make yourself feel better about your own life while you watch some people's lives go absolutely bananas. This show is on its 4th season. I've loved every single season, and these girls are crazy. Every episode they do crazy things that kind of like self-sabotage their own lives, and it's so entertaining to watch because some of them are Mormon, some of them are not, which is like its own thing. They're obsessed with dirty soda. They used to be swingers, and it's all real. Like, you can tell when some of the plot lines are scripted, but most of it is legitimately like their own lives. And it's not scripted. They just do these things because they act kind of like teenagers, even though they're in their 20s, and they have kids already because they had kids when they were teenagers because they were Mormon. The show's so wild, but it does make you feel a little bit better about yourself. But it's so entertaining to watch. I feel like that's just the word that encapsulates watching that show, which is entertaining. It's not smart, it's not witty, it's just pure entertainment, and I eat it up every single time. So there are a lot more shows coming out this month, but those are the ones that I recommend if you are in a dry spell for watching TV and you want something to put on in the background, you want to sit down and just have a hard hitter TV show. Those are the 6 shows that I think are fantastic. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.